Okay, so listen to this. Today is a big day, big deal. So the ETF MSOS went up almost 26%, okay, in one day. Now, this is what the ETF, this is a cannabis ETF. This is what the cannabis ETF looks like. Down 96% from the top. And now it is soaring, okay? Because there was a Wall Street Journal article talking about how Donald Trump is interested in rescheduling cannabis from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot. I'm wearing this hat. This video is disseminated on behalf of Leef Brands. I have to say it. And I also have to say this in the description. Sorry. Back to the video. So Jesse Redmond, who is the investment relations person for Leef, MSOS eclipsed its highest volume ever. The previous record was April 30, 2025, when 40 million shares were traded. Today, it has traded over 50 million shares within 1 hour left of trading. So probably traded close to, 60 million shares. Now, why is this important? It is a big deal for Leef Brands. And if, so Leef Brands went up 20%, okay? Now, in my opinion, the reason why it went up only 20% today is because a couple weeks ago or a week ago, the company announced a private placement, like $1 million private placement. So what's happening right now, because the private placement didn't close yet, I guarantee you there's people out there, and the private placement was at 25 cents. This is Canadian. So I guarantee you that there's people out there that are selling the shares at 30 cents, and they are going into the private placement at 25 cents and getting a full warrant. So until this private placement closes, there's going to be some selling from those people. So I would say probably 2 to 3 more days of those shares. And after this, they're done. They're done selling. So you can look at it in a way that you got 3 more days. You got 3 more days of those shares. You can say cheap shares. And then who knows after this, after the private placement closes? Who knows? But now, why is this so important that now MSOS, the cannabis ETF, is up and there is so much interest coming into it? Well, here's why. So when I introduced Leef Brands, it was right here, 5 cents, okay? 5 cents in September 2024. So now we are up, 500% from that. But when I introduced it, and I told people about this, it was like pulling teeth or pulling nails. They didn't want to look at it. And some of you guys probably lost your teeth because I pulled your teeth, okay? People didn't want to look at it because the industry has been decimated. I mean, look at this chart. Look, 96% down. The people that were in this space got absolutely decimated, okay? They didn't have any more energy to hear anything cannabis, right? Nobody wanted to look at it. Now, this is what Leef Brands needed. This moment that rescheduling is going to happen. So if you don't understand this, cannabis is categorized as Schedule 1, okay? A drug substance, Schedule 1, which is like heroin at the federal level. Because of this, these companies have no access to banking. They can't take out loans. There can't be any research done on it. Like they're not able to breathe the oxygen that everybody else enjoys. Okay, so by rescheduling it from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, you open up banking, you open up research, and then you open up certain deductions. Like these companies right now cannot deduct certain, like normal businesses can deduct their operating expenses before they pay taxes. These companies, cannabis companies, cannot deduct certain expenses, right? So they pay taxes on like a gross profit. It's crazy. So this is not necessarily going to make cannabis legal, but it will be a step towards legalization and interstate commerce. Now, again, why is this important? So Leef Brands is a cannabis company from California, and they are in the extract business. And by the way, if you haven't heard about Leef, I will go to my other YouTube channel, Stock Hunter, and watch this video. Okay, this video here, 11 minutes, and you will know more about Leef than most people. Okay, so I will link this in the description below. But the point is, Leef Brands is in the extract business. So you have the flower business and the extract business. Flower, we smoke it, whatever. Flower, extract, you extract cannabis properties from the plant and you infuse it into other products like gummies, cannabis infused drinks, vape pens. So Leef Brands produces the extract and they sell this extract to the top brands in California. Okay, and then those brands buy this. It kind of looks like honey. They buy this and then these brands infuse it into their finished products, right? So Leef Brands has their own brand, but mostly they are like a contract manufacturer producing this extract, right? And so when the market views that legalization and interstate commerce is coming, they're going to want to get interested in a company like Leef Brands, because right now, cannabis companies, if they grow or produce within the state, they can only sell it within the state. So Leef Brands, when they make their extract, it has to come from the flower that was grown in state. They have to manufacture this extract in the state, and then the finished product has to be sold within the state. It cannot be sold in New York, for example. And by the way, they also entered New York, and they have to, the way it is right now, they have to reproduce the same thing in New York. So it has to be grown in New York, manufactured in New York, everything stays in New York, no interstate commerce, right? But when interstate commerce is allowed, which companies are going to benefit the most from it? The companies in California, because California has a moat, okay? So Leef will be able to produce the extract in California and sell it to New York, sell it to New Jersey, sell it to other states for much more, multiples more than what they can do in California. So they will literally be able to print money when that happens, okay? And also, when legalization happens, you will have beverage companies, alcohol companies, pharmaceutical companies. They will want to get into this space. And how are they going to get into this space? What's the easiest way to get into this space? To acquire companies that already know how to do it. So these players can potentially be acquired for billions of dollars. And if you see the market cap of Leef right now, it's 50 million Canadian. When cannabis was hot, they went IPO at $200 million. Leef did. And it's still a quarter of what they went IPO. And then the party is just getting started. So right now, what I like about Leef Brands is that now we have the cannabis sector, cannabis ETF getting hot. So people will finally listen, open up their ears, and listen to the story that Leef Brands has. 2 weeks ago, they didn't want to listen. Now, the phone is ringing off the hook, right? Because, as I always say, what is 3 inches in front of your face? The Wall Street Journal article that Donald wants to reschedule cannabis. MSOS ETF is going up. And also, MSOS ETF does not have Leef Brands in its ETF yet. Very important, Okay? And now, so as a story that now people will finally listen to, what is the story with Leef Brands? Well, as I said, they make the extract. But to make this extract, they were buying flour from 200, 300 different farms. And they were taking that flour, running it through their extraction facilities to produce the extract. Because they were buying from different farmers, growers, their margins were in the 30%. This was not enough to make them profitable. And this was also stopping them from growing revenues. So they had flat revenues, low margins, and no profitability. That's not exciting. Then, 4 years ago, they purchased a farm. They bought a farm, big farm, they licensed it, and about 2-3 months ago, they planted the farm. So instead of buying the flour for $20 to $40 per pound, they can grow it for less than 10 right now. And they are harvesting it right now, okay? And those Q2 is not going to show this, but those margin improvements are going to show up in Q3 financial statements, okay? So now, not only will the margins grow, finally they will be able to grow revenues, and finally they will be able to become profitable during the time when everybody is looking for cannabis stocks. So, amazing story at the right time. Once again, watch this video. You don't got much time. I'm telling you, you don't got much time. I would say cheap shares for the next 3 days, and after this, I don't know what's going to happen.